نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه وبعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربنا زدنا علما آمين يا رب العالمين. Alhamdulillah. Welcome to another session of study of health, and we have, Alhamdulillah, uh, have covered most of the basic topics of uh, Al-Ism, and Alhamdulillah, now we have started our fail, and we have done almost 3 and 4 sessions on fail. So, Alhamdulillah, as I have already mentioned to you that if you're not solid on pronouns, you cannot be good in Arabic, you cannot be good at ism or fi'l or reading the Quran or translating it. And if you are not good at pronouns, things will get tough. So please keep on repeating the charge for pronouns and all the fail Madi charts that we are doing in the class. Please keep on repeating them, keep on memorizing them, inshallah. So it will be very helpful for you to proceed with your fail and your self studies, inshallah. So let's begin with today's lesson. Alhamdulillah, we have learned about Jumla Failure and its two types, file and file, and Alhamdulillah, we have started our File Madi Maloom charts, Alhamdulillah, and I hope that you are revising them and you are memorizing them. And those who have not yet memorized, please uh, keep on revising them and start memorizing them as well. Alhamdulillah. So let's start. Yesterday we did charts for and we learned about Fi'l Ma'loom and Fi'l Majhool and about the Dama'ir, and we also learned that we already learned about the Damir Muttasil and Munfasil charts. You already know about them and you have learned them. And yesterday we did the third chart for the Damir, and that is also the Damir Muttasil because they are attached with a fail and they are the file inside um, the afal. And here we revised our pronoun charts, and then this is the attached pronoun chart. Then we did a fairly Madi Maloom chart for Nasara. Then here we learned about the chart for fa'ala, fa'ala, and fa'alu. The root letters are fa and lam, and then we also learned about ta, tanis, and ta file. And I also did a separate session for these two ta to how to differentiate harf ta tanis and this file ta file. This is with the Dhamma, and these three are with the Fatha, Kasra, and Dhamma. Alhamdulillah. So let's start with another concept in Jumla Failure. And we learned that Jumla Failure has three important parts, or you can say the components. file, and maf'ul, and we have a discussion about maf'ul as well in a previous session. But today we are learning, and we also learn about zarf. And I mentioned it to you that after a file is always marfu, the subject is always marfu, that is rafa in the status, and whatever detail you are going to add here, maful, zarf, or whatever, then that all will be nasab and it will be mansoob, and in this has a fatha. It will have a fatha. Okay, so then we did our example for that as well, for file, maf'ul, and zarf. And today we are going to learn about one more important concept of one more important topic of file, that is uh, that there are some verbs that do not require fail. So according to that, there are two types of fail: fail lazim and fail mutaaddi. فعل لازم and فعل متعدي. So, as I already mentioned, that Jumla failure has a third part with the main two parts, and it's called the maf'ul, that is our subject. But sometimes there are some verbs that do not require a maf'ul, that do not require a maf'ul. That means they do not require an object. So in terms of the file is of two types in terms of whether it requires an object or not. So and they are file lazim and file mutaaddi. File lazim and file mutaaddi. File lazim is also called as intransitive verb, and file mutaaddi is also known as transitive verbs in English. All right, so let's learn about Fa'il Azim first. What are Fa'il Azim? Fa'il Azim, those are the fa'al which do not, which do not need a maf'ul to give the meaning of a complete sentence. And those afal or verbs are called intransitive. Intransitive verbs. Those are intransitive afal. Okay, so here, see about فعل متعدي. What is a فعل متعدي? These are transitive verbs, and these are those of all those verbs which which do need a maf'ul. They require a maf'ul to give the meaning of a complete sentence, and that's why they are transitive. Lazim are those fi'l that do not require a maf'ul, and mutaaddi are those afal which do require a maf'ul to give the meaning to the sentence. Another thing about fi'l lazim is that they are not linked with any maf'ul. Okay, they are not linked with any maf'ul. Well, as far as fi'l mutaaddi are concerned, they are always linked with a maf'ul. They will be linked with a maf'ul. So we can say that fa'il lazim does not have an object. It does not have a maf'ul, while fa'il mutaddi will always require a maf'ul. It will always require an object. And we have already learned about this fa'il mutaddi. We already require that. We already learned that. Uh, okay, there is a typo here. Okay, I am inshallah going to correct it. So, فعل متعدي do require a مفعول. Alhamdulillah. So, let's see an example of فعل لازم, the intransitive verbs which do not require a مفعول. Example is ذهب زيد. ذهب زيد. Zaid went. Zaid went. So, you can see here Zahaba is our file and Zaidun is our file. And as I mentioned to you, that file is always marfu. That the file is always marfu. So that is why it is in the state of rafa. It is marfu. Alhamdulillah. So here you can see that there is no maf'ul needed here because it is a fi'l lazim. Zahaba Zaidun. Zahaba Zaidun. Fi'l lazim doesn't need a maf'ul. Remember it, right? Okay, so here you can see no maf'ul is needed here to complete our sentence to make it a sensible sentence. Zahaba Zaidun. Zaid went. Now here see the example for fi'l muta'addi. For فعل متعدي, you can see the example كتب زيد كتاب. كتب زيد كتاب. Zaid wrote a book. Zaid wrote a book. Here, فعل فاعل مفعول. فعل فاعل مفعول. Here is an again, there is a typo, كتابا. كتب زيد كتابا. Okay, so here, Zaid wrote a book. It should be in the maful, this here, this is the typo here. Okay, so Zaid wrote a book. Zaid wrote a book. So here it's a file. Kataba is a file. Zaidun is a this is a file. Zaidun is a file, and Kitaban is a maful. Kitaban is a maful. Note that some fi'l mutaddi may have more than one maf'ul, and inshallah, as we will progress, we are going to see more examples for fi'l mutaddi. I am not giving you the example right now because it will get quite confusing, and because there are a few more advanced concepts that must be covered with fi'l mutaddi. So as we'll progress, inshallah, we are going to cover those topics as well. Alhamdulillah. But for now, just remember that fi'l mutaddi can have more than one maf'ul. Alhamdulillah. So this is our fi'l lazim, intransitive words that do not need a maf'ul, and fi'l muta'addi, they are transitive verbs that do need a maf'ul. Now here see some more examples for transitive and intransitive verbs. So فعل متعدي, as I mentioned, that verbs that after which we can add someone or something. We can add, like, for example, I ate something, or he met someone, something and someone. So here you can see we need something to add here for فعل متعدي because it will always be in the need of a مفعول. And here you can see a fa'il lazim doesn't need anything to complete the sentence. She walks or you sleep. So you don't need to add up here anything. So this is a fa'il lazim or intransitive verb. Alhamdulillah. So here you can see Nasara from the root letters Noon, Shod, and Ra. He helped. He helped. This is a fairly mutaaddi. Mostly, I must tell you one thing that you can say that fairly mutaaddi answers mostly it answers the questions of who and what. Who and what. So you can say that he helped. So who did he help? You can say that. So these are fairly mutaaddi which need a maf'ul, and they answer the questions who and what. Inshallah, in the next classes, we are going to cover the types of maf'ul as well, inshallah. So, Alhamdulillah, right now we are learning about that a fi'l muta'addi needs a maf'ul. So, let's look at the next example, taraka. From te, ra, and kaf, he left. He left something. What he left, and did he left. See, I told you they need they mostly answers the questions who and what. Then daraba, he hit what. So see, this is a fairly mutaddi. It is a transitive verb. Then again, ja'ala, he made what. Then Shakara from Sheen, Kaf, and Ra, he thanked who? So see, the mostly Fenimuta, the answers to questions of who and what, and these are mafools. The answer will be a mafool for who and what. Then look at the examples for فعل لازم. ذهب, he went. ذهب from the root letter zal, ha and ba. ذهب, he went. Sabara, he was patient. Karuba, he came close. Kazaba, he lied. Dakhala, he entered. So here these are فعل لازم, and you can notice here that they do not require the answers for who and what. Like Zahaba, he went who, he went what. So see, it is not a file mutaaddi because it doesn't need to answer the questions of who and what. All right. So Alhamdulillah, this we learned about today. We learned about the two types of fail according to uh, their maf'ul. Either they need it or not, depending on the type of the verb. We learned about فعل ماضي and mudari, and today we learn about two types of فعل لازم فعل متعدي, and they can be فعل مضارع and ماضي both. So Alhamdulillah. Now here are the examples from the Quran for a فعل متعدي. خلق الله الأرض. First example, خلق الله الأرض. You can see our fi'il here. You know that I told you that for family one, it is very easy to make because it is a, you can say it is a default family to learn the surf. So and I mentioned to you that it doesn't have any extra letter in it. It only has this fi'il madi has only three letters, and that are the root letters. And only by putting all the fathas we make a فعل ماضي for a family one. So خلق is our فعل, file is Allah, Allah lafzul jalala. And you can see here the dhamma for file, as I mentioned to you, it is always in the state of rafa, it is marfu. Maful is al-arda, and you can see that it has a fatha because it is our detail. And details, we learn it in since from the beginning we are learning it that in the ism also we learn that all the details are in the state of nasab and they are mansoob. So the second example, you can see katala from the root letters kaf, te and lam. You can see they all have the fatha from the family one, family madi malum, and its fi'l is Dawudu, Dawudu. You have learned this ayah from Surah Baqarah, which is about Hazrat Dawood alayhi salam, that he killed Jalut. So, Qatala Dawudu Jaluta. So, file here is Prophet Dawood alayhi salam, and you can see the Dhamma here, it is in the state of Rafa. Maful is Jaluta, and you can see the Fatha in the end, and it is a detail, it is a object or the explanation of Katala. So hence, these both are the detail or the maful for فعل متعدي خلق and قتل. Alhamdulillah. So this is it for today. Alhamdulillah. We learned about فعل العزم and فعل متعدي. Inshallah, in the next class, we are going to learn about maful as a damair. We learned about the file as a damair, the damair as a file. You can see here we learned them. They are muttasil, damair muttasil here. See these, because they are attached, they have a different form when they are attached to a file, and they are damair as a file in the Nasara chart, right? In the file Madi Malum chart. Okay, so in the next class, inshallah, we are going to learn that how can we use the damair as a maf'ul, as an object. Here they are file. All right, here they are file. You can see they are file. This alif here, and here the noon, this noon, niswa, these are all our file. In the next class, inshallah, we are going to learn how can we use the damair as maf'ul, as a object, inshallah. So, see you in the next session, all of you. Barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.